I think my work is piling up. The 7 kilos of the Cannondale Super 6 Evo have to be returned to Cannondale this week. Take advantage now to learn more about this bike by leaving a comment. The MSC Blast Enduro Beast. I promise I'll return it this week too. Oh man, how long have I had it with me? They're going to kill me. The 14 carats of the badge. Aida's belongings will remain in the warehouse until after she recovers from giving birth, so I'll keep them there for now. Today I want to discuss the 2015 Specialized Time Jumper Hardtail. By the way, if you see these huge dark circles under my eyes from now on, don't worry. It's related to my more intense training, as the Costa Blanca bike race is only 3 weeks away. Combined with a lot of work here at the office, and of course the desire to keep uploading videos. Not to mention the last part of the pregnancy. Will we survive? I believe this approach is superior. Razors, it's been 2.5 years since I began uploading videos to YouTube and getting to know you all. This has significantly changed my life. A big part of it is advantages, like the privilege of trying out machines like the ones you've seen down there, having experiences with them and sharing it with you. Do you have a critical opinion when it comes to deciding whether to buy one machine or another? And the brands get their share of visibility, so everyone is happy. But there have been other changes that I never expected when I started uploading videos to YouTube, which have led to very different consequences. My bicycles are taking the worst part of all. And the thing is, for the last 2 years, I haven't stopped receiving bicycles to test. I'm thrilled about it, I'm not going to complain, but I don't even have time to ride my own bikes. For example, this rigid frame you see here, it was left in the village storage room for about 8 months, just abandoned there. You can see the condition it's in. And all this made me think, Danny, you have to do something, because this bike doesn't deserve to be in this condition. It deserves someone to really ride it hard. I started thinking about what I could do with it, what I could turn it into. And the truth is, after some consideration, and above all, feeling a bit influenced by my recent visits to Josep Maria de Unicabais's workshop, where he's always there, working with so much care, the frames, assemblies, various engines, forks, tires, and more. So I thought, why not try doing something similar myself? Have fun with the process and end up with a bike that's completely different from anything I've had so far. And this is where you come in, because I want you to be part of it and help me, especially with choosing what kind of bike do we want this thing to become. To know what we can turn this bike into, first we need to really understand the raw material, so let's do a quick review. This is a carbon frame in size S, 17.5, 17.5. With a very, very short top tube, as you can see, which forces me to use a 100mm stem right now. With a dramatic slope, the thin-looking seat stays end abruptly and absorb no shock despite appearances. They are very, very stiff and a head angle of 71 degrees. This is really awesome, it's very aggressive. Is it for climbing? This bike is already defined that way. Also, it's equipped with an 80mm fork with the brain that came from the partnership between Specialized and RockShox. I haven't personally liked it. And a double chainring transmission. As you can see, this is going to be removed quickly. However, we will keep the carbon cranks. I think, if possible, some wheels that are nothing special, also just a handlebar that's 70 to 72 wide. I think this will have some good Magura brakes, which stop incredibly well, and tires. I have a fast track from Specialized on the front and a Crossmart on the back. Yes, I'm that rare kind of mountain biker who uses a Crossmart on the back. And this is what we have, guys. From here, what can we do with it? In this little red book, I've designed 3 sketches. Should I show them to you now? Don't judge us too harshly, because it's the first time I've designed something related to a bicycle. And yes, it's true that my job is to design swimsuits like this one, backpacks like this one, and others, as well as doing marketing and all that. But this is another level. Designing bikes and thinking about geometries and all that is out of my reach for now. We'll try to learn, as the future is uncertain. Well, here we have the 3 options, and I've even given them names: the extreme version, the faster version, and the rocker version. I'll show them to you one by one, explain them, and then please leave your thoughts in the comments. Which one would be your preferred option for how this bike should evolve? Based on your comments, we'll build it one way or another. The 3 proposals you'll see will likely appear quite alternative and possibly even shocking. But I want you to understand that the ultimate goal of this whole adventure is to get a bike that fulfills 2 main points. First, that it is a powerful training tool, whether for physiological aspects, technique, agility, and so on. And on the other hand, and even more importantly, that it is a bike that looks very little like any other bike that any brand could give me as a standard model. That way, I'll always have the motivation to ride it, because there won't be another one like it. Attention, because here comes the first proposal, the extreme, which is pretty radical. Are you going to see? I propose to change the fork for a rigid carbon one and change the entire drivetrain to a single speed. That means keeping only 1 chainring and a single freewheel at the back. Taking into account that, I would have to carefully calculate what gearing to use in the front and back to get the widest possible range within the limitations. We would change the handlebar for a much narrower one with a maximum width of 68 centimeters, and we would also install a flipped stem to have a much more racing feel and make the bike as lightning fast and completely responsive as possible. Here's the second proposal, called Faster, similar to the first one, with a rigid carbon fork, flipped stem, and narrower handlebar, but featuring a more traditional drivetrain. A single chainring with 36 teeth and a cassette ranging from 50 to 10 at the back. 36 teeth instead of the Pro Setup's 34 or possibly 38, I'm unsure without seeing it firsthand. The bike will be significantly lighter with a rigid fork, allowing me to prioritize climbing over descending. So what I want is to have a training tool that generates a lot of power in my legs, in case you decide that this is the one. With the first option, we made the bike more for leisure, for having fun. The second option gave us more of a physiological training bike, to do hill repeats and get the maximum watts out of our legs. And now comes the one that would give us a better option for training technique and agility, which would be to put a fork with 150 millimeters of travel, 150, 160, something like that, big, basically to raise the entire front part of the bike. A single 30-tooth chainring with a 510 cassette and a 72 centimeter wide handlebar. A very short stem, not inverted at all, very short to have really good control over the bike's maneuverability. And of course, we would swap this long seat post for a dropper pose. That way, we can also have fun on the descents and try to go all out. Now it's your turn to leave your favorite option down below in the comments. Share it with your friends so they can give their opinions too. Remember that even if not mentioned, other components like wheels, tires, and treads might also change. I would like to find a system that's really hard to get a flat with. Let's see what we can find out there. And with all this, it's open to any brand that may have seen the video and wants to collaborate with this little project. Adventure by providing materials or whatever you think is appropriate. Well, hey, you can contact me down below at the email and I'd be happy to receive your proposals. Guys, I hope you are very happy, and above all, don't leave bikes sitting around like this one, because neither they nor we deserve that. Let's get to it, let's go.